Hello, everybody. I'm Brandy, for those who don't know me. And I'm going to try not to hit the same points that everybody has hit. I know by the end of the day, you're like, oh my God, how many more times can we talk about this? But I thought it was important to highlight like what the research says about, like, we can all get together and we can say, oh, this works, that works, but like empirically and evidence-based, like there is research that says how important peer relationships are for our students. And I took this from the textbook Group Play Interventions for Children, and it is estimated that 2.9 million children receive services for a learning disability in the U.S., which makes up about 6% of our public school enrollment. And traditionally, people might think about learning disabilities and you might think about reading, writing, math, but the truth is, and you all know this, that it doesn't just stop there. A lot of our kids struggle socially, and they go through isolation and rejection, and that's so painful for them. This slide is just talking about how the social difficulties, how they can manifest, and how a lot of our kiddos on their IEPs, they will have a social goal as well. And it's often evidenced in adaptive behavior scores. And this study here, it talked about how children with reading difficulties may experience not just academic failure, but poor peer and adult relationships. They may have juvenile delinquency, and they're at a higher risk for school dropout and, sadly, suicide. And we know that children with special needs can have a host of behavior problems, but they also have a lot of strengths. And it's just important to consider those whenever we are doing our group play interventions. And honestly, that's how I look at our peer mentor programs. As we are doing like these intensive group interventions, because I learned this when I was young, or whenever, well, I was younger, but whenever Troy, my oldest, was smaller, we would work with him on different skills and work with him, and he could spend one evening playing with his older cousins, and he would have a host of new skills. So I was like, wait a second here. These kids pick up more from their peers than sometimes we can teach them in several weeks or months. And, you know, our children, and even as adults, special needs children can feel very anxious when placed in a social situation. So I feel like that is the beauty of a peer mentor program, is we are bringing in our peer mentors into their safe space. So it is more of a level playing field for them. And just like whenever you talk about choosing our peer tutors, which I know that's already been hit, you don't necessarily want to pick the top academic kids, but look at those who have like a really good outgoing personality. Are they compassionate? Are they good leaders? It can be awkward for our peer mentors whenever they step in the room initially, because there's lots more adults than they're used to being in a classroom, and it's kind of awkward. So it's important, I feel like, for us as teachers to model that appropriate behavior, because they're looking to us like maybe they've never been around a child with special needs, and they don't really know like what's okay to say, what's not okay to say, and they may say, hi, how are you? Well, it might take that student several minutes to even process what they said to try to say hi back. So just modeling that behavior, I think, is really important. I think everybody talked about this. Attendance records is important. I've had peer mentors that were truly some of the best I ever had, but they never came to school, and it was really disappointing for my kids. And be clear about your expectations for your peer mentors. And this is just some of our conferences that we've attended in the past, and always just the best time. One of my favorite days of the year is always getting to see all of my colleagues and then seeing all of your kids, because there are kids, right? They're not like, well, there's Brian's kids or there's Sarah's pack. No, they're all ours. And of course, here's Dr. Will. He always makes our days brighter whenever he comes to see us. The kids love it whenever he shows up. And he always brings good stuff with him as well.
Wish my wife felt that way about me.
I think Randy could probably agree with that.
She's in North Carolina right now with our daughter.
And this is just something really special, that a tradition that I've had for many years. Every Christmas, I have just a big party, and everybody's invited, students from the past, and they try to come, and we all meet up at Hornets or at school, and we have a nice get together. You can play that video for me, please.
Uno!
So now we're just gonna go through some testimonials here.
I'm Turner, and I'm a peer tutor in this Brady's class.
Hey, calm it for a second, hang on one second.
Yep, you can cover the
Okay,
light
turn it
there a
up,
little bit.
yeah, it's, finger and turn it down, all the way up there. We're gonna do the slideshow, and then I'm gonna get my little clicker that Keisha found. Let's see. Nope, it's all the way up, she's just quiet.
Yeah, she is soft.
Okay, so we'll just,
And this is our new varsity court queen. She was just crowned yesterday.
I'm Turner, and I'm a peer tutor in this Brady's class. Being a peer tutor has always been one of my favorite parts of my day. I enjoy coming in every day, playing games with the kids, and forming just such great friendships with everyone. Dr. Will has been such like a good supporter to us and is always there at the end of everything. So I'm just very thankful I've been able to be part of such an amazing program.
She was so nervous.
I have been a peer tutor for the last 2 years, and it's one of the most rewarding experiences I have been a part of. I enjoy coming in and making genuine connections and friendships with the kids. Dr. Will has been an incredible leader to our program, along with Ms. Brady and her aides.
And now the real star of the show.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you tell me what your name is?
Gage Francis.
Okay, Gage, and I told you we were going to be talking about our peer friends that come to our class every day. Can you tell me your favorite part of your friends coming into class with you every day?
Play games.
What game is your favorite?
Bingo.
You like playing bingo? What other games do you play?
Uno.
You like playing Uno? What about Old Maid? Do you like playing that one too?
Yes.
And sometimes we play Twister. Do you like it when we do arts and crafts?
Yes.
Or if we cook? Do you
Yep.
like, what about whenever we can all go on field trips together? Is that
That
fun?
too.
Yes. How about, do you get to see the friends that come into our class and some of your other classes?
Yeah.
And at lunch, you get to sit with them at lunch
Yeah.
and break and things like that? That's good. So who are your best friends at school, you think?
A lot.
You have a lot of best friends? I
Best
love
part.
hearing that.
A lot of best friends in that school.
Well, I'm glad, honey, and I appreciate you doing this interview. Everybody here loves you so much. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Say bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
so, can you share the story, it's a short story about Gage and one of your former peer mentors who graduated.
Talking about which Mackenzie.
Yes.
Yes.
And Gage's reaction.
Yes, sometimes you just have these really fabulous mentors, and they have what I call that it factor. And it's not that the other ones aren't great, and it's not that they aren't good, and it's not that they don't try, but I feel like sometimes they just come in and they just have this genuine, compassionate connection. It can't be taught, it can't be bought, they can just truly connect with our kids. And I had a peer mentor, her name is Mackenzie Lester, and she is actually the daughter of one of our teachers and the daughter of the principal of the elementary school. And she was with us for 2 years, and every day, Gage would go to the window and he would look for her car, and he would say, Kinsey here, Kinsey here, Kinsey here. He knew exactly what, because they paint their parking spaces. And if she wasn't here, he would be very disappointed, okay? But she had really, really great attendance, but sometimes, kids just aren't at school. So as she moved to the end of her senior year, we tried to begin working with him, because to say, Mackenzie's not going to be back. No, Kinsey back, Kinsey back, Kinsey back. And we would say, this is her last year. She's going to be moving away and you're going to college, but she'll still be coming to visit, but it just won't be the same. And it was one of the saddest things, because he just could not process the fact that she wouldn't be back, because we just all became so close to Mackenzie. And finally one day he just says, Kinsey not back. Kinsey not back. And it was just, it broke all of our hearts. And I told this story to a gym full of people at awards day, and it was just like we were all like, Kinsey not back. Because, a lot of times, you all know, we spend more time with our coworkers and our students sometimes than we do our own family, so we become family. So, when I started teaching FMD almost 20 years ago, not that, you're shocked, right? Inclusion and school culture is not what it is today. I mean, I feel like we have just came such a long way.
Right.
And so much of that is bringing in our peers and then learning about how to treat our students with dignity and how to relate to them and, you know, not being afraid to interact with them. And so much of that is because of the Spirit Support Network. And I'll be transitioning to a new position next year, so I just want to say it's been an honor. It has been an honor.
Thank you, thank you.